Did you know that YouTube thumbnails are 80% strategy and only 20% design skills? If thumbnails consist mostly of strategy, then how do you actually come up with one for your thumbnails? I have analyzed hundreds of thumbnails on YouTube, and here are the 3 best strategies to get more views with your thumbnails. Number 1. The statement strategy. This is probably one of the best strategies on this list because of how relatively simple it is. The strategy consists of 2 very crucial components: an intriguing statement in the title followed by a complementing thumbnail. The statement is basically a crazy or a huge claim that intrigues the viewer to want to watch the video. So how do you do this strategy yourself? Well, first of all, make sure you always craft the thumbnail and title before you make a video. This is because you need to determine the expectations that your thumbnail and title sets. As for the strategy, first of all, you should write down what is your video going to be about and what question is it going to answer. This video on why clickbait is unreasonably effective uses the same strategy. Its topic is about clickbait and it answers the question of why clickbait is surprisingly effective. After you have figured out the main question, you have to think of an intriguing claim for your title. Now there are a few ways to do this. You can introduce a controversial point of view, like having a complete opposite opinion from what most people would think. Like for example, in the film niche, Keanu Reeves is one of the most beloved actors. However, you could create a video titled "Keanu Reeves is the worst actor of this generation." In the video, you don't necessarily have to talk about him being the worst actor, you can just twist it around and surprise the viewer. If we take a closer look at the video about clickbait, the title and thumbnail also introduce contradiction and surprise. Clickbait being unreasonably effective contradicts with the negative association that people have with clickbait. It sounds so surprising that something so criticized is actually very effective. Another thing you can do is use a strong definitive statement, like "there will never be another." Or similar to this video, you could do something like "X has changed Y forever." Then you need to figure out what to put in the thumbnail. It has to capture the attention first, before the potential viewer reads the title. So we need to identify what are the main objects of the thumbnail. A lot of the thumbnails that use this strategy, they also use text. You don't necessarily have to use text. You can also do what PewDiePie has done here by showing the most interesting part that's going to happen in the video. What you can also do is combine the statement strategy with the next strategy on our list. This strategy is number 2 in our list, and it is called the STAR strategy. The STAR strategy is widely used every single day by many different YouTubers. The idea of it is pretty simple. You take a famous person, a brand, a product, or anything else that's widely recognized and use it in your thumbnail. You can make an entire video about this popular object that you are going to use, or you can also simply include it only as a part of your video. Preferably right away at the start, but only if it's related to the video topic you are covering. And that's pretty much how you do it. This strategy is great because it can also be combined with other strategies, including the 3rd strategy on our list, which is the story strategy. The goal with this one is to tell a story with your thumbnail and title. You can see this used a lot on MrBeast's channel. He takes the most intensive part or the highest stakes point of his video's story and shows it in the thumbnail. This strategy is more of an opposite of the statement strategy, because here the title is used to complement the thumbnail instead of the other way around. In order to do this strategy, you have to figure out how to tell a story with your thumbnail. So first, determine what is the highest stakes moment in your video. Take the craziest or the most valuable part that's going to happen in your video. Then write down what emotion is it going to convey. Is it surprise, fear, happiness, anger, sadness? After that, write down the main subjects or characters of this story. But try to use only about 2 subjects, with one being the main hero. Now think of how you will display this story. This is only one way of doing this, but your highest stakes moment is the outline of what happens in the thumbnail story. Place all of your subjects on screen and display the emotion that you wrote down on the main hero. It doesn't necessarily have to be a character too. Your thumbnail's main hero can be affected by other things, like in this video of Sunny V2, where the downwards graph is affecting the main hero, with the emotion conveyed being seen on main hero's face. Subscribe to the channel if you want to improve your YouTube thumbnails, and I'll see you in the next video.